Welcome back to part two. This may be part one. The first video cut out on my first phone. Do the storage wars. You gotta love that. You just gotta love it. You just gotta love that shit. There you go. Yeah, just in the middle of the video. Blip, blip, we need more storage. Thank God I got another camera. Okay, so yeah. First video I was just talking about people love to say, hey, you need to do more. You're in your comfort zone. And what my ancestors told me to say today on another episode of No Filter, Think Differently, and Daily Motivation all in one, that people that want to say, I need more faith, or I need to step out of my comfort zone and do more, why don't you sow into the mission? Why don't you cash app your boy right here, $ZODAWG20 at Cash App. Sow into the mission, okay? Because there's a lot of people in the nosebleeds and the peanut gallery saying, hey, you need to do more. You need to get out your comfort zone. I'm like, I check my track record and I'm doing more than a lot of other people out here. And my girl Brittany Cosmic Wifey early this AM reminded me I need to start delegating. So my ancestors said the first thing we'll delegate is for people that have something to say but are not leaving comments, are not helping the cause in that sense, they need to sow into the cause in order to say anything about it. Because we have a lot of chatterboxes out here but ain't doing a goddamn thing with this mission. What is my mission, you ask? My mission is to change the vibration and frequencies of this planet. That means nothing but honest truth. That means we don't deal with people that don't know themselves. We do. We help them out. But if they're hindering their own selves because they don't want to dig deep inside themselves to figure out what is hindering their progress, we move on. We keep it moving. We have no more time to go backwards to 3D realm, okay? So this video, like my ancestors highly recommended me to do, and reminded me that everything we do is saving more than ourselves, to do it. If you have anything to say about my mission or lack of faith or whatever, sow into this mission, send your resources. So once you send your resources, and if you ever see me sitting on my ass, once you send your resources, then you can have every right to say whatever you want to say because you have receipts of what you sent the boy. And nothing's getting done because you sent it to me, then you can say something. But I stay active every damn day. A lot of people want to see that transparency, but unfortunately, you're not going to see everything that's sacredly been bestowed upon me be from the high and mighty and within of what the mission are, because we can't trust a damn person, really. There's a very limited handful of people we can trust, and Brittany Cosmic Wifey is one of them. So we keeping things close to the chest from here on out. I will be delegating more. I'm going to start with an example. Okay, to raise the vibration frequencies, first find out who you are. I've done plenty of videos to tell you about shadow work. So next bullet point. Once you know who you are, tap into the collective community. Start with me. You start on my channel, look at the very beginning videos. Maybe go back 3 or 4 months, and then you'll find out who the collective are, who the Genosha squad is, who are the people to go to get whatever you may need for your soul. I'll give you an example. I follow my girl Moon on YouTube. I love what I phrased her last night. I recommend people that are in the spiritual community that know about spirituality and how it works. If you want some soul music, then go to Moon. She just is nothing but just filled with positive, very insightful, soulful messages that will help your self-development journey tremendously. And she's a musician herself. So I was just writing my delegation list last night. And I was thinking about the collective, and I was like, oh, Moon, she's just embodies music, you know what I mean? So my ancestors said, all right, she'll be like the musical guru for the spirit. Usher people towards her if they need to find the inner love, inner child, musical flow, vibration through Moon. Moon can help people guide themselves intuitively into their soulful musical side of themselves. Brittany, the cosmic wifey, would be a spiritual accountant. I love that. She labeled herself that. And last night I was like, okay, what can Brittany be besides unique and Harley Quinn in real life, but intuitively a baddie? She don't play. She reads energy. She knows what's up. She's tapped in. So she's your spiritual accountant. She makes sure you cut off, forgive me, she makes sure you cut off all the dead weight and make sure you don't deal with no effery. We only F around with the light. That's her motto. We only F with the light. Okay? So she's your spiritual accountant baddie. Okay? If you want to figure out how to navigate properly without getting fucked over and how to handle your BI right, you go to Brittany the Cosmic Wifey. Okay? Spiritual accountant. Your cosmic wifey, and she'll tell you exactly. She's like your spiritual godmother, fairy. She's so many titles, it's hard for me to even regurgitate all of them. Because she's so many things. She's multifaceted, just like Moon. Those are just two examples. You go to Rashad Jamal, it's the third example, which I always, in my mind, he's first. He liberated me to let me know who the hell I am. And on that note, yeah, Rashad, thank you so much for. I've been oblivious to a degree, all right? Just between you and I, hopefully only you and I are listening, right? But when you were sending out the messages on my Instagram about the Instagram models and shit out here and how they're what they are, right? I was just regurgitating your message because I got the gist, right, of what you meant, but I didn't get the gist of what you meant. So you saved me from another mistake, brother. You picking up what I'm laying down. Thank you, brother. Last night I was thinking, I was like, oh, okay. This boy's always help. Rashad's on point, man. He always be guiding me if I'm in tune and I'm not so Batman caved up and looking at so many screens and saving so many cities and galaxies and shit. Once I tune in, I'm like, oh, he's really just bada bangs. He's okay, brother. My bad about that. I didn't give it my 100% attention. Just to be honest, I didn't. I saw it and I assumed I knew what it would have been about. I knew what it was about. I assumed it. And then I sat down, I had some time, or I made some time, and I actually started watching it, and I'm like, oh, shit. Baby J's, I was about to get misled again. But I'm still using discernment, okay? Just because you're a model on Instagram doesn't mean you all fit in the categories, but it just depends. So I'm being very careful, but I believe you saved me from another pitfall, brother, so I love you even more. Thank you. But yeah, Rashad Jamal is like, I'm going to say, I was going to use the guru. Like, you talking about a political activist that really does a damn thing. I would say him and Faison One and a lot of other. There's a lot of other people out here doing the damn thing and is not as scared to and are not afraid to speak who they are fully and about where they come from. So if you want to be more encouraged to take no shit and find out who you truly are, I would recommend going to Rashad Jamal, the University of Cosmic Intelligence, or Faison One, or Remember Who You Are. You can look them up on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook and YouTube, TikTok, Threads. I believe they're on all social medias and Facebook social media platforms. So like those are examples I will. It's by saying Ralph Smart. You know what I mean? Like if you want to learn how to see through. Everyone I recommended knows all of these has all these attributes. Okay, they have all of these attributes, if not more, right? But I'm just saying for their specialty is how I am hopefully defining their characteristics correctly in my perspective. Because everything's about perspective, okay, first and foremost. So Ralph Smart, in my perspective, would be somebody that sees through the matrix very well, but he's like a Switzerland. He's neutral, like, you know what I mean? He'll talk his shit. He'll let you know what's good currently and in the past, and he'll help you find yourself too. He's like an oracle. Exactly. Yeah, Ralph Smart. The cat down the street. Slowly this side. Ralph Smart's the man, you know what I'm saying? He's like an oracle. You know what I mean? He'll give you the eyeballs to see through this matrix properly so you can navigate it properly without falling in pitfalls either. And everyone I name will do that same thing as well, but I'm saying their specialty. Because everyone has their abilities. But let me stop on that, okay? There's a lot more other people out here. Like I mentioned in the first video, follow Jordan's journey. She was dropping jewels on the last video I did, part 1. That I'll probably release. I'm going to release both. So yes, I'm going to delegate more often. My mission is just to raise the frequencies of this planet once again. We don't F around with no fake people. We don't F around with people that are sabotagers. We don't F around with people that are against the planet, not with the planet. We don't F around with people that is about the fuckery, okay? We're a collective. And when I say a collective, I mean we're like-minded individuals that only want to surround ourselves with loving lights. The loving light of God's chosen children one. And I don't like to categorize it like that, but I only want to surround myself with loving individuals that want to build versus break each other down. I want to help people find themselves. I want to help people learn how to unlearn everything that they were taught, indoctrinated. I want to truly show people their gems that are sleeping within their vessels and how to truly appreciate themselves so they can truly appreciate love for themselves. And once they do that, then they will truly be able to detect and feel love from others, because it's a frequency that only love resonates with. It's like only once you experience love in all of its formats, or love is so many different formats and paths. So if you experience love in any format, it can help you truly appreciate loving yourself. And then once you love yourself without looking for something else outside of yourself to replace that void, like what I'm saying is, instead of looking at someone else and loving that person more than you love yourself, ask yourself, why do I love the person that I'm giving so much attention to in the first place? Oh, Spirit Team, you're awesome. And then once you do that, you're like, okay, I like this person because they got money, they look good, they travel the world, they got a beautiful significant other, and they get a lot of attention. Okay, now let me be honest with myself versus being truthful, because you know being truthful can be manipulated, used out of context, versus honesty. Honesty is just pure honesty, no agenda. Everything's in this full context, so everyone can see transparently what's going on from the start, middle, end, and so forth. There's nothing that's been omitted and so forth. You know, that's another topic for another time. But that's how they label truth. They take things out of context, put it together for their narrative, and then present it. And then the whole story is not shown, and so people can be easily misled and so forth. So we're all about being honest and clear with ourselves after we make that analogy with whoever we're giving that attention to. I know y'all thought I got off topic, but I came back. I always do, most of the time. Once we analyze the person that we're giving so much attention to in the first place, more than the attention we're using for our own self, then we have to be honest. Do we like this person because they have a lot of money? Yay or nay? Do we like them because they look good? Do we think they look better than us? And we don't like comparing anything either. It's not about comparing, but like ask yourself the truthful questions that first come up to your mind. Ask them, write them down, use a voice memo, and just be honest with yourself. That's just another form of being honest. Whatever comes out, let it come out. And then later on, when you get a different perspective and you do some growing, then you can understand why you were at that level at the time for you to say what you said. It's like, oh man, damn, that was so low level of me. You know what I mean? Then you understand the frequencies and the chakras we're all experiencing and which one we're feeding the most and how we conduct our day. Are we using our past experiences to make this experience a good experience or a bad experience because we only know bad? So it's just a lot of different things you need to experience in order to appreciate the polar opposite. Yeah. So in order to appreciate good, you must go through some bad in order to know good was good and bad was bad, right? So I think I'll end on that. Reading Rainbow Note. It's a Saturday. Hopefully you're enjoying your Saturdays. We're 16 minutes and 22 seconds in. The other video I think was like maybe 7 minutes. But I like this one better than the other one. But no, I don't like it better. I'm going to put both of them out, possibly. But I think this video was well incorporated. This video incorporated all the bullet points my spirit team wanted me to say. But I think I would put the first video up because I love Jordan's voice and her smile, first of all, and I love that she was incorporated in the beginning of my episode. So for that reason, I believe I will do both. But forgive me if one goes up before the other one because my ADD, which is my ADHD, which is nothing bad, sometimes gets me bouncing around like Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. I think we can open up the window because the lawnmower crew has stopped. So I had the window open at first, but all you were hearing was and leaf blowers. You know what I mean? I love hearing the birds chirping like Walt Disney. Can we get some bird chirps? Come on, ancestor. What you gonna do when I got the camera on record? Come on, give me some bird chirpies. Ain't that a bitch? Well, I love you still anyways. Y'all probably flew off looking for something to bite up on and shit. It's lunchtime for y'all. I got you. Yeah, so stay eating nature's candy. I just grabbed me some Halos earlier this AM when I got up. I was very proud. I got up, noticed my agua was getting low, so that motivated me to take my ass right down the street. Went back, take a little walk, hit the supermarket up. There we go. I hear the birds in the backgroundies. Inspired me to get some water, man. I'd get that agua. There we go. The iPhone 8 sometimes is the lighting's pretty dim, but hey, she's doing the damn thing. That's all I care about. She's recording. So I love each and every one of you. I believe that's a good foundation right there to start, is to experiment with yourself and ask yourself. You can do it in private, whatever. Ask yourself, why do I give so much energy towards these celebrities? What is it that celebrity has that I don't have? And it's a great foundation for your brain to actually be honest with yourself, because your brain knows why you're giving so much attention to that other individual, because obviously you're infatuated with that individual for a reason, right? And then you start from there. Why do I give my attention? There you go. Confirmation, bitches. I see y'all back. Very proud of you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that gives you, I got confirmation, right? that's a good starting point for everyone that has not found themselves or is going through the process of finding themselves, is by asking, why do I like these celebrities? You know? And then I know you'll find the answer if you're real with yourself. Confirmation, bitches. Yeah, like if you are totally honest with yourself and you tell yourself why you give so much attention to XYZ, then the next question you can ask yourself is, okay, I addressed why I give my attention to this individual for these reasons, the pros and cons, or just write down the reasons first. Don't worry about organizing them. Just write down why you give your attention to whoever that person may be. Then ask yourself another tough question. Do I give myself the same amount of attention that I give XYZ on the daily, right? And then once you do that, then you have your answer. And then you ask another tough question. So why don't I address, or why don't I give myself this amount of attention that I give XYZ? All right, you see where I'm going with this? Then your brain starts saying, damn, we've been doing this for we've been doing this for so many months, years, days, that it became normalized that we didn't realize how much energy we're exerting into like the Netherlands. When I say Netherlands, I don't mean the physical Netherlands. I mean like into like the Twilight Zone. We're just exerting so much energy from our vessels that is going towards whoever it may be, a food or a video game or whatever, right? Versus using that same energy that you're exerting from yourself and redirect that energy towards yourself and see how you can build your own vessel up versus giving all your currency, which is your currency, you know, if you know, you know, versus giving all your currency to elsewhere. Like, I forgot who the individual was, but it was talking about how black neighborhoods, once they get paid, we're so fast to give our currency, the fiat, fake currency, to others versus keeping that currency that we just hard earned within our own community and just bounce off that just bounces off that community. You know, that money that we make for our culture stays within our own community and raise up our own community versus, oh, I just got paid, I'm about to go get a Louis Vuitton bag, I'm about to get this watch, I'm about to get these Nikes. Instead of supporting our own local businesses and making banks like the Black Wall Street did back in the day, why don't we get back on that frequency and keep our money within our own communities versus looking for the latest trend and shit, fashion, whatever the case may be. Unless if you're supporting your own culture and making sure our community stays strong and keeping our foundation strong. That's the only way to start, is by starting. And just start thinking about, damn, where's my money going every time I get paid? Is it going back towards my business? Which we got to start thinking about our communities as a business. We can leave that business for our younger generations that's coming behind us, right? So we got to start thinking about that. What are we going to leave behind for our kids versus being so individualistic thinking, oh, I just need to survive for today. I'm not knocking that thinking pattern. The way society's set up, it's all about survival. You know what I mean? There's some purge games out here. It's some purge going on out here in some survival games. What is it called? Hunger Games. And some Hunger Games out here. So I understand how the Monopoly board's set up. So I'm not acting like it's easy to hit the switch off. But I'm asking to start being more aware of where your money's going, because once you're aware of what's going on, it's like having a checkbook and balancing your checkbook. You know that once you write a check, it takes 2 or 3 days, maybe 5 to 7 days for it to clear. So don't think your money's going to be there for another purchase. So you got to balance your checkbooks. Like, okay, well, I got XYZ in this joint. I just paid this bill. So that means it's going to leave me this amount. So my next purchase, I got to be very careful not to go over that, because in a few days, they're going to take this out for this bill I just paid. I used to fuck up on my checkbook all the time, man. I used to buy something, write a check, and imagine it operated just like a credit card, like those instantaneous. Man, recently these words been shivets. it was like right away. I thought a check was just like an electronic payment. It is an electronic payment, but it just the ACH transaction just takes longer for banks because they have business days they operate. It's just, if you know, you know. So you got to be careful when you utilize a check versus a credit card. Okay. So yeah, I think I'll leave it on that note of think differently, no filter, and daily motivation. Confirmation, bitches. It's 25 minutes in, 27 seconds long. Good time if you know, you know. 777. And use those as foundations. Just ask yourself, why do I give so much attention to whatever I give attention to? If it's eating, overindulging on eating, smoking too much, fucking too much, looking at other people too much, versus utilizing that same energy that you're giving out towards other people or other things, versus redirecting that same energy towards yourself to build yourself up and get yourself out of whatever situation, or just to improve with your success that you currently have, to make your foundation stronger for your family, if you ever plan to have a family, and start thinking about where your money goes. Does it go outside of your community? And if it does, be the pioneer to start keeping the money within your community and make it like, you know how these people are like, let's do Blackout Fridays, don't put your money out. Let's just start doing what Black Wall Street did back in the day. That's it. Love you all. Think differently. Love you. Take cares.